a car accelerates from rest at a constant rate of 2 meters per second for 5 seconds. This is a car accelerates from rest at a constant rate of 2 meters per second. What is the speed of the car at the end of that time? This is, by the way, this is supposed to be meter per. That's a type error. This must be second square. Because a car accelerates from rest. See, it's accelerating from rest at a constant rate of 2 meters per second square. It's accelerating by 2 meters per second every second. So we are asked to find what is the speed of the car at the end of this time. We are asked to find the final speed. Here we are asked to find the final velocity of the object, the car. That's v, or we can write v. And how far the car travels. That's the total distance traveled by the car, or we can call it change in displacement. They are all the same. So what are the given quantities? Let's write down the given quantities. So a car accelerates from rest means the initial speed of the car is taken to be 0. And the acceleration of the car is 2 meters per second square. And time is 5 seconds. It's accelerating for 5 seconds. So what's required? We are asked to find. So whenever you are solving physics problems, it will be nice for you, to be good for you to list down the given quantities. So A, we are asked to find the final velocity of the objects 5 seconds after, and B, we are asked to find the total distance traveled by the car. How far means the distance traveled by the car during this time. Now let's solve it. Next step is showing the steps clearly. We have to show the steps how we are doing clearly. So to find the final speed, I can use the formula acceleration. Let's solve A. Acceleration is given by final speed minus initial speed divided by t, and cross multiplying this, and we will get the final speed of the object is given to be initial speed plus acceleration multiplied by time. So everything is given. Initial speed is 0. The final speed is asked, and we know that acceleration is 2 meters per second square and t is 5 seconds. So substituting the given physical quantities, the final velocity will be, the initial velocity is 0 because the car is starting from rest. It was initially at rest. So the final velocity is given by acceleration multiplied by time, which is the same as 2 meters per second square multiplied by 5 seconds. Then this will be, you cancel out the second by the second by the square. Then finally we will get 2 meters per second times 5 is 10 meters per second. Let me show you the meaning, physical meaning of this. The car was initially, let me show you, explain, like here. The car was initially at rest, it was here. So 1 second later, 2 seconds later, 3 seconds later, 4, 5. So at the beginning it has a speed of 0 meters per second. So 1 second later it will have 2 meters per second, because its speed is increasing by 2 meters per second every second. When we say acceleration is 2 meters per second square, we mean that the speed is changing by 2 meters per second every second. This is very important. So every second. Sorry, this is. So every second. Now, so for every change in 1 second, the speed is changing by 2 meters per second. So in the first second, it will have 2 meters per second. 1 second after, the speed will increase by 2 meters per second. Then it will be 4 meters per second. 1 second after, the speed will be 6 meters per second. 4 seconds after, it will be 8 meters per second. Then 5 seconds after, it will be 10 meters per second. See? So the speed for every change in 1 second, whenever the time changes by 1 second, the velocity is changing by 2 meters per second. That is the physical meaning of acceleration. So this car will have a speed of 10 meters per second at the end of 5 seconds. That's the meaning. So at the end of this 5 seconds, the car or the object will have a speed of 10 meters per second at the end of 5 seconds. So for every rise in 1 second, whenever the speed time changes by 1 second, the speed is changing by 2 meters per second. That is the meaning of acceleration, the rate at which the speed is changing. So the speed is changing by 2 meters per second every second. So the speed of the objects 5 seconds after will be 10 meters per second. Let's move on to B. What is the total distance traveled by the car during this time? We are asked to find the distance traveled by the car. We have different formulas. Let me show you the one formula. That is, we want to find distance, which is given by initial speed multiplied by time plus 1 over 2 at square. Like we know the initial speed is 0, time is 5 seconds, and the acceleration is 2 meters per second, so I can use this formula. But here, in this case, the initial speed is 0, and 0 times time is 0, so this is 0. So the displacement or the total distance traveled by the object is 1 over 2 multiplied by the acceleration of the object is 2 meters per second square, and multiplied by t square, multiplied by t is 5 seconds. You are asked to find the total distance traveled during this 5 seconds. So I will cancel out this 2 by this 2, then this will be the same as, distance is now the same as, so here I have 1, 2 by 2 is 1, 1 times 5 square is 25, 25 times 1 is 25, then this second square will cancel by this second square, because this is 25 second square. So finally we'll get 25 meters. Let me show another way. Or this is the first method, this is the first method. Let me show another way. We can also find the second method is, I can use also the formula distance is equal to the initial speed plus final speed divided by 2 multiplied by time. That is because I know that distance is defined as the average speed of the object multiplied by its time. So this is the same as distance will be the initial speed 0 plus 10 meters per second divided by 2 multiplied by, this is 2, time is 5 seconds. So the distance will be 0 plus 10 is 10, 10 divided by 2 is, that is 5 meters per second multiplied by 5 seconds. Then now you cancel out this second by this second, then the total distance will be 5 times 5, that is 25 meters, which is the same as they are the same. So you can use either of these two formula.